I am live. Hello, my name's Gary. You already know that. You didn't end up here on accident. You didn't click on my face and thought, I'm gonna see what that guy has to say. You already know what you're getting into here. I'm gonna run over to Jolly Roger Ukulele and post our link to today's class. Ends in AZM. Lighting is really brutal here in the studio today. I don't know why. I think the sun's gotten far enough south where it's just actually pouring straight in here at a weird angle, and I can't see anything. So uh, let's go post the link today so that everybody will come join us and play some baritone ukulele with us. We're here every single day, and we always post everything at jollyrogerukulele.com. And I used to complain it was Microsoft causing this goofy scroll that happens, but it turns out it must be WordPress. Um, so awesome in so many ways, and always something that's stupid about it. And let's see, what else should I tell you? Today is Friday, and so today we just play music. We do less teaching and hopefully less talking and more rock and roll. That is my hope that's how today goes. We'll find out. And so Cozy's in. Cozy took a day or two off, so don't. I'm glad you're here today. Let's see. Vic is here. Sound is good. Okay, we got that part figured out finally. Uh, haven't had the haven't had YouTube fall apart on us today, so it is entirely possible, at least, that we might get through an entire baritone class without having everything go to heck, and that's our goal. I have not been over here at the shop all week, and so oops, I got a better tuner here. Everything is out of tune. Everything's covered in dust. Everything is. It's just not as good as I want it to be, but we're going to get it as good as we can today. Big problem is today the sun has moved far enough south, and it is in a very weird angle coming into the window. So I'm all over ripe on this side, and not bright enough on this side. I will work on that this weekend. See if I can't get a little bit of something on these windows to mellow out the lighting. There we go. Let's see. Vic is in. Michelina made it. Carol is here. Back from more fun because had to play Happy Birthday today for my 101-year-old father-in-law. 101. Yes. That's the number you want. You get to 100, you're like, yep, you made it. But you get to 101, you're like, yeah, I'm just that much better than awesome. Yeah, glad you did that. That's exciting. How wonderful. I bet he loved it. Right? Well, at 101, he may be like, oh God. I have a friend who's 93, and she is a handful. Can you imagine 101? So that would be at 1920, 1919, 1919. Oh my gosh, 1919. He would have been 10 years old when the stock market crashed. He would have been 25 when Mickey Mouse came out. He would have been, jeez Louise, think about that, 1919. And he'd have been 50, 29, 39, 49, 59. 1969, he'd have been 50. Can you imagine? That's amazing. Good for him. Good for him, Cozy. That's exciting. Hey, Diane. Hey, Diane, I mailed Car AB Pavon. And I have to tell you, I hadn't looked at it for 5 years. That is a tough piece of music. So you guys will let me know how it goes. They're going to go. They've been playing a group of them from our orchestra. Have been meeting in the park on Sundays, and social distance and all this stuff. And they're all fine musicians. They're all really good at what they're doing. And they're like, hey, we want to play this song or this song. And I could just imagine people coming by going, oh, there's a little ukulele group. They're probably doing something. And they go by and it's all this complex, really multi-part, difficult music that they're playing. And they're like, they're not doing it right. It's supposed to be, I've been working on the railroad. That's what it's supposed to be out there. Yeah. So Terry's back in. Hey, Terry. Vic. Oh, 1919 Spanish flu. He was born in the year of the Spanish flu, and now here he is, still around for the COVID flu. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? That's just incredible. Born, very likely his first car was a horse. Diane. We have rank beginners too. Yeah, they're not going to be that excited about Pavon. Maybe they will be. I don't know. You guys, that's awesome. I'm delighted you're doing that. All right, guys, we have 5 songs to play today, right? Well, 6 counting our warm up. So grab your Make a Better Bar worksheet. We're going to make you have super strong hands and a super awesome bar. And and so let's get that up first. My little thingamabopper here turned off, and so I'm going to have to get it going again. But I know how this song goes anyway. Okay, so remember, as you're going down, thumb, index, middle, ring, and go all the way down to 12, and then we're going to come back and we're going to go ring, middle, index, thumb. Okay, sounds a little more normal. When you do this on a high G ukulele, it sounds a little wonky. Start with your opens and then ones and twos and so on. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thumb, index, middle, ring, thumb. 5. 7. 10. Change your pattern. I actually got them all clean. That doesn't happen very often. I was pleased with that. Um, nice part about baritone is it's going to tell you very clearly if you have a bent neck or if you have something like that, because you can hear everything that goes on. It's got enough sustain and then enough distance between frets and stuff where you can really hear everything well. And if you have crummy strings on there, it's going to tell you that. If your strings are getting old, it'll tell you that. And we haven't talked about this. We only talk about this about every other lesson. So you really want to have you need to change your strings once a year, whether you like it or not, because with these modern materials, they really do decay on their own, whether you're playing or not. If you're playing a couple hours a day, you're going to have to change your strings a whole lot more than that. But if you're just playing typical amount, 30 minutes a day, something like that, your strings should last about a year. I am recommending the Savara's high tension classical guitar strings. I use strings 1 and 2, the fluorocarbon ones here, and strings 3 and 4. I use strings 4 and 5 out of the pack. I throw away 3 and 6 to put a baritone together. And so if you want more information on that, send me an email and I'll tell you which strings to put on and how to do it. But for the most part, what we really want to do is just make sure your baritone is always kept up nice. We have, it's not, a guitar will tend to cover up all of the badness of it because there's a lot of depth of sound that's there, and it can, and even an inexpensive guitar can sound pretty good. But with baritone, we have to work a little bit harder. We do have to keep the strings fresh. We do have to stay on top of it a little bit better to make sure that all of it's giving us the best back that we're putting into it. And so, just don't be shy about. Replacing strings and that sort of thing. Okay, beautiful. Cozy says he's still as strong and walking around dancing at 101. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I can't even imagine. That's incredible. Good for him. Jeez Louise. 101 dancing. All right. Next, I'd like to play Brahms' Lullaby. That's from last week. And one of the great songs of all time. So I think we want to make this sound as beautiful as we possibly can. I'd like to play it 3 different ways. We're going to play it once through playing it with chords, once through playing it with melody, and once through playing it with the tough uke. Okay. So first of all, remind yourself of the chords. You got your G chord. You got your D7 chord. You get there, index, jump over. Okay. Come back to G chord. Get to C chord, it's index and then middle. Go back to your G chord. D7, G chord, C chord, G chord, D7, and then G chord. When you play it like that, there's no melody in there, right? You could be playing any song, and that's why I always question this business with ukulele where we're all focused in on chords, because chords in and of themselves, they tell you the neighborhood that the tune is supposed to live in, but if that's all you do, you don't, what the heck are you working on, right? So in order to know what you're working on, you have to sing. Okay, and so here we go. You choose to sing or not. I will be singing. As you know, it's never a good thing. I'm going to count in 2. I'm going to sing Lola, and then you're going to give me 3 beats per measure. Maybe you strum 1, 2, 3. Maybe you pluck. Whatever makes you happy. 1, 2. Lullaby and good night. With roses bead I, with lilies be spread. His baby's weaving, lay you down now and rest. May your slumbers be blessed. Lay you down now and rest. May your slumbers be blessed. Really nice, right? Once you add in the melody, then you're like, oh yeah, I know that song. If you are a singer and you are a baritone player, one of the cool things to do, if you're in 3, thumb, index, middle, and use the lower strings, and you're going to end up with a really nice sounding thing. Let me show you what that would sound like. I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Watch how sophisticated it sounds. Lullaby and good night. With roses be dyed, with lilies be spread. His baby's weaving, lay you down now and rest. May your slumbers be blessed. Lay you down now and rest. May your slumbers be blessed. Doesn't that sound pretty? I haven't done anything different than I did the first time, except instead of strumming or plucking, I did an arpeggio pattern. 1, 2, 3. And when baritone, it really, really works. It just, when you can even double it up. Lullaby and good night with roses be dyed with. It doesn't work that great on that song, but you can that business of just taking the chord and dividing it into individual notes. It's absolutely makes you sound sophisticated, makes you sound like a much better player than you might be at any given point. And especially if you're a singer, that's a tool that I teach every singer who comes in I want to learn to play ukulele. No, you don't. You want to learn to sing with a ukulele, and I just have to teach them a few right hand patterns, and then I don't see them ever again because that's what they needed, and it does make it sound very fancy. For that time, I just used the lower strings, 4, 3, and 2. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. But don't be shy about it, right? Try the higher ones, 3, 2, and 1. You could do lullaby and good night with roses be tied with da 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 dum da 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 dum dum dum. Try it. You can also try splitting it up, low note and 2 high notes. You don't always have to lead with your thumb. You can also do just like we do on the Better Bar worksheet. Go ring middle index thumb. Lullaby and good night with roses be dyed. Right, so then it's backwards the way you're plucking it, but it creates a different way of making that sound. And so I would say mess around with it a little bit. Try it with baritone. What I know almost always works is these lower 3 strings. Okay, and if you're in 4/4, you want to use all 4 strings, but your thumb hitting this uh, low string there, it just creates a sense of through your whole piece, and it almost always works perfectly. Okay, that's how you play with chords. Let's play the melody. Let's see how you're doing on this. Don't go fast. 1, 2. Just let it ring. Okay. If that was too fast, just go home. You're already at home, and work on slowing it down until you can play it at your pace. Once you get where you're playing the whole thing through at your pace, then obviously your goal is to speed up where you can play with me. Long term, playing the melody line is where it's at. That's where it's happening. If you go to the symphony, um, trumpets can only play one note at a time. Clarinets can only play one note at a time. Flutes, one note at a time. The entire reed section, one note at a time. The entire brass section, one note at a time. So it's not uncommon for musicians to. That's what they do, play one note at a time. And you should be able to do that on your instrument as well. And that comes just reading that tab and getting comfortable. You see a 3 and your ring finger's already on it. You see a 2, your middle finger's already on there. You just get the right string at the right time. And sometimes when you're new, playing it at speed can present quite a challenge because your brain is still looking at, all right, 1 on the second string, send it in here, process it a little bit, send it out to your fingers. Fingers finally move. Then you got to get your other finger to get going to pluck it. And so if there are times when you're new, when something that's not brutally difficult like we have here, this is plenty challenging, but it's not at a speed that should be terrifying to you. But your brain is still working on all this information. It's trying to create new neural pathways for it. It just takes it a little bit longer. Work at home at a slower pace, and then be in the process of just building up your speed. Just by showing up here over the next few weeks, your speed will come up. I don't ever worry about that. So um, let's see. I'm here. Never. Valerie's putting in too much time on all these classes. She's probably like, I gotta run to the bathroom, man. All right, glad you're here, Valerie. All right, so now we have all of these. We have the chords, we have the melody. Let's put it together. I'm going to go as slow as I can, but we already worked on it this week or last week, I guess. Let's go through hopefully the best. This is ultimately what you want to be able to play for yourself. Okay, if you're playing with other people, you'll probably play chords. If they're really awesome other people, they'll ask you to play some melody. Okay, and they'll play the chords. But mostly as a baritone player, you're gonna play a ton of chords. So get where you just have your chords down, and then when you're on your own and you're like, I just want to play and make my instrument sound as beautiful as I possibly can. Tough uke is what you're gonna be doing. Okay, let's give it a try. Nice and crazy slow. 1, 2. And of course, just let it ring. Still going. Okay, so that's it. Chords, melody, chords and melody together. Pretty little tune. You do yourself a favor by spending a little bit of time on this one. I love it. All right, next up, moving on, Yankee Doodle. So with Yankee Doodle again, we're dramatically dropping the overall quality of the music, but we are actually bringing the same skill set to it, and in some cases a little bit different skill set. Okay, same three chords more or less. We instead of a G, instead of the D7, we're going to use a D. But you got your G chord and a regular D. This is a little bit harder to get on, and you also have the C chord again. Okay, those are your three chords. Let's give it a whirl. One time through, however you want to handle your right hand. Thumb, plucking, whatever makes sense to you. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony. Stuck a feather in his hat and called him macaroni. Yankee Doodle, keep it up. Yankee Doodle, dandy. Mind the music and the step, and with the girls D and D. Okay. It's fascinating. This is a song I struggle with singing it no matter what key it's in. We played it earlier today on ukulele in the key of C, and my voice wouldn't do it either. I think it goes too low is where the problem with this song is. All right, so when you can't sing a song, you want to be able to have the baritone sing the song. Let's have it do it. Okay, remember you're in second position. Don't play in first position because the entire first half of the song is in third position, and your pinky's going to have to reach up to that 7. And at one point, it's got to even slide up to an 8. Okay, so you want to start off in third position. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. hopefully that's going well for you. Again, if I play it a little too fast, go work on it at home a little bit where you're playing it at your speed. You don't have to play it at my speed. There's no rule that you can have to play it super fast, super slow, whatever. That's sort of a normal pace for that song. Maybe a little on the slower side, but not at all slow. And I was mentioning, I don't know if it was in this class or the other one, but there's a Facebook ad on TV right now where they're playing "I Will Survive" by somebody, not Aretha Franklin, playing it incredibly slow and just beautiful. So don't ever think that you have to play a song at whatever speed that somebody else has played it at. You play it at your speed. Okay. You show up here so that you can test yourself against my speed and see how you're doing. And if that went really well, good for you, right? We're doing the right things. If it's not going well, then you've got to work a little bit harder on in your practice sessions to just get more comfortable. Just playing a lot, getting used to seeing all these numbers flying around on your in front of you and having your brain turn them into finger positions. It's a lot, I think. And so, patience with yourself, comfort. Be nice to yourself. What you're doing is the hardest possible way to play the instrument, and it's going to pay off in the end. But there is this learning curve we got to get through. Finally, tough uke. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Okay. Again, hopefully that's going well. If it's not, it's not. Okay. But what you're learning hopefully today is, hey, I know where the places I need to work on are. Okay. And probably most of you are killing this. All right, let's go grab my spaghetti monster. Now, with My Spaghetti Monster, it's not really meant to be sung as a chord song. You could sing it. My spaghetti monster, playing ukulele, flying through the rainbows with my heart. It's not really meant to be. It's just never been. It just doesn't work out that well. The chords, actually, honestly, the chords are a little too complex to be playing it that way. It just doesn't quite sound right. So the big key here is not necessarily knowing these chords, because a couple of these chords are fairly non-standard. The D/G chord is not a chord you're going to be running into a ton. But knowing that, hey, my finger goes here, and I'm going to be playing down to that, and then stopping. That's what we're after on Spaghetti Monster. So let's play the melody first, just the baritone melody. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 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 3, 3. Oh, 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 2, 2. Oh, 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 2, 3. Other 3. 3, 2, 3, 4. 1, oh, 2, oh, 3, 3. 1, oh, 2, oh, 3, 3. 1, oh, 2, 3, 3. Pretty little melody. Um, Again, the idea is making sure that you're feeling comfortable with whatever string you're supposed to pluck and whatever fret you're supposed to hold, and that for the most part that's coming together. With this song, this is one I like you to memorize early on, because when people find out you're taking instrument lessons, the first thing they always say is, hey, play me something on that. You'd like to play something that they don't know, because then they can't sing along and you don't feel obligated to keep up with them. And also, if you make a mistake, they won't know. Right? Tough uke. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 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 strum, strum. Oh, 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 strum, strum. Oh, 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 strum, 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 strum. Baby strum. 2, 3, 4. 1, oh, 2, oh, strum, strum. 1, oh, 2, oh, strum, strum. 1, oh, 2, 3, strum. Okay, let's play it again. When this time we'll sing it. Okay, we'll add the words in. 1, 2, 3, 4. My spaghetti monster playing ukulele, flying through the rainbows with my heart. 2, 3, 4. Tasty yummy Parmesan, we're Pastafari. Awesome song. Memorize it. Play it for your friends. They'll love it. Really nice chord structure on that. All right, next song up. Earlier this week, we studied Amazing Grace. Let's go knock it out. All right. Remember, with this song, we're trying to do the least amount of work possible over here, and letting notes ring as long as we can. So first off, let's go do our chord structure. D chord, G chord, and then we've got an A7 like this. When you're singing it, it's going to change into something a lot more complex when we're doing the tough act. But that's the stuff we're working on now. I apologize. I'm kind of having to keep an eye on what's going on in my condo. We have some interesting things going on, and I'm sort of kind of not on call, but I'm worried that I need to be in touch with them a little bit. So don't mean to interrupt your lesson for my personal life, but that's what I'm doing. Amazing Grace, grab your chord, start with a D. I'm going to count 2 and sing and then you're going to come in. 1, 2. Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Let's do it one more time. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Okay, so I was mixing up different strum patterns there just to see what would happen. Let's go play the melody, baritone melody line. Remember, we're going to play in second position on this one because there are no ones. So let's play 2s with your index finger, 3s with your middle finger, and the 5s that show up. We're going to show a couple of them show up. Play those with your pinky. 1, 2. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. Oh, 3, oh, 2. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. Oh, 5, 2, 5, 2, 3, 2. Oh, 3, oh, 2. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. Oh, 3. Pretty tune. Tough uke time? With tough axe or tough uke, always grab the chord first and then see how far it takes us. With this song, it takes us a long way. From the top, 1, 2, 2 strum, 2, 3 strum, and middle finger. Oh, index, strum, oh, 0, 2. D chord, bar on 2, pinky on 5. 2, 3, 1, 2. D chord with your pinky on 5. Middle finger, index finger. D chord. Isn't that lovely? Seriously, that's a nice song. Sounds beautiful on baritone because if you're doing well with this hand, you're not really moving anything, or you're moving very little, let's put it that way. And so the notes have time to really fully develop and just ring out on your baritone for a while, and it ends up sounding real, real pretty, I think. Okay, let's go on to your final song of the week. Happy birthday. Okay, another memorizer. Why do we memorize happy birthday? So that we can just do it. Okay, and so grab your happy birthday. Let's talk about next week very briefly. Happy birthday. We will be doing, you guys have to do a thing called the Key of C arpeggio. But I think I'm going to put it in. I think you guys are going to have what will technically be the key of G arpeggio. I don't have it done yet, and I apologize. I was going to have it finished for this week, and I did not get to it. And so, and those of you guys that are taking ukulele, you know about my arpeggio book. Well, I've never converted it to. Um, I've never converted it to baritone because it's a lot of work. It turns out it's much harder than some of these other things that I have to do. So I'll get you either a key of C arpeggio or I'll get you a different or a key of G arpeggio. I'm not sure which is going to be the least amount of work and the fastest for me to get done for you. But in any event, on Monday we will have an arpeggio. And then we will also we'll continue down the baritone list on the website. There's a tab called Baritone Ukulele, and on down that list, we're just sort of walking our way down that list. So we'll be doing um, blah, 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 blah. We're done. We've done all the way down through Happy Birthday. We're going to do all through the night next week. We're going to do Home on the Range next week. We're going to do La Cucaracha next week, and then probably it will probably be a key of G arpeggio. I'm trying to figure out because long term, I need for you guys to have a set of an arpeggios that you can also play concurrently with this ukulele players, and I don't think I have enough time to do an actual key of C arpeggio that teaches you the same skills as theirs. So it'll probably be faster for me just to convert it into a key of G arpeggio and get that to you. In any event, you're going to be doing a lot of this when we get to there, and and I don't know if I'll have it done by Monday, but I'm hoping to. And so we'll get started on that. And so the other songs are already posted there. I'll get all this up on the first front page, but if you want it sooner, Um, Actually, do I have? I don't have any of it up for you guys yet. I have it all up for the ukulele players, but not you guys. So I got to spend a little bit of time over the next day or two to get that stuff posted. And if you want to come at price Sunday by Sunday afternoon, I should have it all up on the website, and you can come by and pick up your sheet music early if you want. If you don't have to, right? You're going to be here Monday. Don't no reason to put energy in. Ideally, what I'd rather have you do on Saturdays and Sundays is play the stuff from the previous week, and also to be thinking about writing a song. You now are experts at G chord, C chord, and D7. You could write a song this weekend. You could write it down and send it to me. You could make it really funny, or you could make it really sad, and then drop a box of recording of it to me. So if you're not playing the stuff from the previous week over the weekend, write a song, record it, Dropbox it to me. It'd be fun. It'd be fun. All right, happy birthday. Let's talk about happy birthday. D chord, A chord, A7, D7, A7, G chord, or A7, G chord, D chord, A7, D chord. Let's sing it. Okay, pretend you know how it goes. You can also feel those chord changes coming, but pretend you know how it goes. 1, 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joe Schmo. How long does that go? You get to decide as a soloist, unless there are other people in the room, in which case you have to do the standard amount of time between that. Happy birthday to you. One more time. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joshua. Happy birthday to you. I went from 3/4 to 4/4. You're gonna do it sometimes. Let's play the melody. This is end of the week melody. This is for Cozy's 101-year-old friend, father-in-law, with father-in-law. Okay, nice, beautiful melody for him. 101. 1, 2. 2, 2, 0, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 0, 2, 0, 3, 2, 2, 5, 2, 3, 2, oh, 3, 3, 2, 3, oh, 3. One more time. Ready? And 1, 2. 2, 2, oh, 2, 3, 2. 2, 2, oh, 2, oh, 3. 2, 2, 5, 2, 3, 2, oh. 3, 3, 2, 3, oh, 3. Valerie's like, that's it. I'm out. Have a great weekend, Valerie. Let's play the tough uke real quick. 1, 2. Very good. Nice way to end the week, right? Nice, pleasant thing. Happy birthday is going to come up as a player, so just put a little bit of energy into it. And if you want to have something that sounds nice and isn't terribly hard to play, that My Spaghetti Monster would be your second song. And Brahms' Lullaby is going to be beautiful until the day you die, so you might as well put that one in, put a little time in on that one as well. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. It's I don't know where I am living. It's supposed to turn out to be a pretty nice weekend, so I'm looking forward to that. We've been through a little bit of a cold time. Some of you on the West Coast, I know things are very very bad there, and so I'm hoping that things turn themselves around a little bit this weekend. Rest of you guys, I don't know where everybody is in the world, but I do know. Most of you guys, about most of you, where you're from. So, hopefully, you have a wonderful weekend in any event. My standard exit is be safe. That's oddly more important than we ever thought it would be. Do good, which we hope you're always trying. Practice, that's the hard one. Show up, that's not too hard. And subscribe and like, and that's it. So have a wonderful weekend. And let's see who else said stuff here. Valerie was out. So first time on Friday, I've been able to keep up all the way through. That's exciting, Michelina. That's you know keeping up, that's step one, right? I mean, I don't ever expect you to play with me in the beginning. I expect you to have a general sense of what you're supposed to do and find those places where you can't keep up and then work on it. But if you're keeping up basically for all of this stuff, that's a big deal. You've really leveled up to a place where, hey, I can play duets with somebody. Okay. I mean, it is Gary, but it's somebody, right? Vic, good to see you. Probably see you in about 10 minutes. Cozy, thanks for being here. Happy birthday to your father-in-law. Diane, have a great weekend. Yeah, let me know about you. I would love to come, Diane. I just can't ever seem to find any time to squeeze anything fun in. So, but I'm excited. I'm always delighted to hear the reports. So go ahead and have fun, Diane. Carol, let's see. Thanks, and I'll see you Monday as well. Have a great weekend. Terry, have a great weekend. Always glad to have you. I always feel like I'm in the company of greatness when you're around. So I will see all of you guys on Monday. Have a great weekend. I'm going to pull the plug.